should be live. I'll do a quick at everyone. Or reply to the thing, rather. Video plugs. Apply at everyone. We're live. Alright, get you full screen. We are good to go. I hope. I'm trying to do it all within OBS, so I don't have the YouTube preview up right now. Let me just do a quick check on my phone that I'm showing as live. Subscriptions. Look at that. James Dalton Bell is live. Excellent, excellent.
Love it.
Alrighty. Slushy's in. Hey, hey. Yeah. So I kind of scrambled for all of this. I was planning on having another hour and a half, but turns out the side of my tire blew out, and so while I was driving on the freeway, and it got very vibraty, and I started slowing down, even though I was not slowing down. So I had to pull over and change the tire on the side of the freeway.
Wow, that does not sound fun.
No, it was. I was lucky because it was on. I pulled over to the right, and it was my right front tire, so I had the car between me and 70-mile-an-hour traffic. But, yeah, it's Steve doing a little bit of reading between the lines there on Slushies. But yeah, I live over on the west side of Columbus, and that's Tire Shop City. So I just put the spare on, headed towards home, pulled off at the first tire shop, and got it swapped. Easy peasy.
Wow.
So
You. Very resourceful. I don't know that I would be as composed if that happened to me. I've never had to change a tire. I'm sure I could do it, but I'm hoping that I continue to not have to do that.
Well, that's fair. I would say it is precisely the sort of problem that I am well structured to solve in my brain. Because it's like, here's an obvious thing that's wrong. The steps to fix it are relatively straightforward and just need to be done in the correct order. Do them. Your problem is solved. So.
There we go. There.
Alright, we got some people hanging out. We got a Heaven, we got a Slushy, we got Steve, maybe some others.
Yeah.
And yeah, I said last night that it would be me and somebody in the doing a stream tonight, and it turns out that somebody is Sucaba, the same person that did the stream last night. Excellent, excellent.
I love me some Pokemans.
Welcome back, welcome back. We got a Weasley, excellent.
Love me some playoff Mons, baby. Let's get into it.
Me too. All right, and we do have all four. Just got the Sly versus Slushy match sent to me.
Clutch.
So we got all four of them, and we can get this going. Let's talk about the first matchup. We got Steve versus Keith is what we're gonna watch first, and for some reason I got somebody missing here. Who am I missing? Not Snorlax, not Reuniclus, not Camerupt. Tauros.
Yeah, the Tauros forms are always weird on the dock for some reason. Is that a combat?
Yeah, but it wouldn't be here anyway. It would be if this is the order that they were drafted in. Yeah. So, yeah, that must be Tauros on the dock, yeah. Although this is just a PNG that I screenshotted off the dock, but...
Alright, so we got the self-destruct team, Explosion, Suicide Squad versus Golden Go with Priority Tailwind.
Yeah, they've both been some fun teams to watch over the course of the season. I'd say I've been surprised at how, I guess not really, because it's kind of my opinion of the Pokemon, but how not super creative and crazy the Smeargle sets were from Steve this season. Didn't come super often, but when it did, it was typically like a protect move plus a fake out or follow me or something like that, plus something cool, plus something to not make a taunt bait.
Makes sense, right? Like,
Yeah.
use the best moves in the game when you have access to them.
Yeah, exactly. You know, there was one week that we were on Smeargle Watch where Steve had a very good set. Let me just pull up my notebook here real quick.
Yeah, I mean, I think maybe the Smeargle might have a good supportive role. I don't know how to like really assess like what's a good matchup for Smeargle, right? It's like such a weird Pokemon to fit into a team, but if we do see it, hopefully Steve was saving some hidden heat for us. But I'm mainly looking at the Golden Go as the big player in this match. You know, you got
Definitely
pretty good resists on Steve for the Make It Rain when it comes to like Chandelure, Metagross. You've got the Shiftry, or not the Shiftry, the Magnezone. You know, the Azumarill gets neutral hit. And then you've got the Ghost immunity on the Staraptor. But if you're Keith too, it's like the Golden Go is also pretty good into the Metagross, the Chandelure, the Annihilate, offensively with that Ghost typing. So I think a lot of the match is going to be determined around either preventing Golden Go from doing its thing or enabling it, depending on if you're Steve or Keith.
Or ideally, if Steve can mostly not care, right, with a Metagross, Magnezone, like you were mentioning, plus your I don't know, maybe a Terra Poison somewhere.
Yeah, just gotta watch out for that.
Get rid of the fairy typing off of the Azumarill, maybe. But yeah, good. Totally. I like it. Yeah, we got a bunch of matches to watch. Let's go ahead and pull up, see what teams they brought. Alrighty, we got the replay up, the matchup off. Alrighty, so what has Steve brought here? We've got
Smeargle. There he is.
We've got the Smeargle. Keith's team, for the most part, yeah, we've got the obvious ones, right? The Golden Go, the Prankster support in Illumise, Hydreigon, Tauros and Lycanroc have been pretty regular over the course of the season for Keith, and that Berserker as well. And then on Steve's side, Annihilate, Azumarill, Staraptor, Smeargle, Metagross, and Golem. So potential for, obviously they can all explode, but potential for some mons that are mostly only good for exploding.
Most notable missing one here is seems to be Chandelure from Steve's side.
Yeah,
which might give Keith the confidence that you can do some big things with Golden Go here, especially if you switch in the Berserker to get that Steely Spirit, hit a massive Make It Rain. I only see one resist right now in the Metagross, so it could be pretty good.
Yeah, some neutrals, some super effectives, but yeah, only the one resist. And it doesn't love to take a Shadow Ball either, so
Keith's team is very fast here. We don't necessarily see a Trick Room setter on either side. I mean, the Smeargle, I guess, technically could, right? But aside from that, this looks to be a pretty fast-paced game to watch.
Just Steve saying Chandelure is in fact dog water.
Nah, I will not take any Shandy slander.
I think Chandelure's fine, but
Chandelure's
fair enough.
So good. It's so good. All right, what do you say we check out the leads here?
Let's go ahead and find it. Oh, I did find the one great Smeargle set of the season was Parting Shot, Dragon Tail, Misty Terrain, and Wide Guard. In week 4 versus Purple from Steve was an excellent set that I liked very much. So, well done. Oh,
we'll see if we get any topsy turvy here. I want to see
potentially. What do we got? We got Annihilate, Staraptor, and Illumise plus the Tauros. So we're gonna possibly trade some Intimidates.
Possibly trade some Tailwinds as well.
Yep.
Although we could
And
see the Star
then,
after just hit like a Brave Bird or something onto this Illumise, just kill it. Yep.
and Brave Bird.
And that does
Dang.
a lot less damage thanks to that Intimidate on the
Yeah.
Tauros.
The Intimidate drop for sure.
Maybe we see a setup move from the Annihilate, perhaps a bulk up.
Yeah, something like that. Maybe yeah, gonna die to the recoil. Nice bulk up there. Yep, and then
Pretty good.
Smirgle
Now
comes
maybe
in.
you have your Follow Me bot. Just enable this Annihilate.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and Inner Focus rather than Defiant. Steve really valuing.
Yeah. Smeargle locked into
Well, I would
Follow
say
Me.
not
Probably wanted.
not flinching, right? But it's Ghost type by default. But obviously with Terra's, it's
Inner
Terra type
Focus
we
also
have on it.
blocks the Intimidate.
Sure, but Defiant gives you a boost.
Yeah.
So,
Fair.
water type, yeah. So if it's terroring into water and wants to still not get flinched by berserkers, maybe that would be a reason to prefer the.
So he decides to preserve the Smeargle, setting up a fake
Smeargle.
tears for later probably. Tells me we probably got a Golden Go or Hydreigon in the back. Just trying to get in position to one-shot this Annihilate.
Yeah, -4 now special defense. Yep. The Hydreigon comes in, and then we've got Metagross and Annihilate here.
So if
Could
I'm
get a second
Steve,
Tailwind.
yeah, if I'm Steve, I'm hoping that I have a Protect move on the Annihilate, buy myself a turn to do something to this Hydreigon right now, because that's the most threatening thing at the moment.
Yeah, for sure.
Has Steve Terra'd?
No Terra used so far. No
Okay.
Staraptor,
So that
no
could be big
Smeargle.
here too.
Yeah, potentially into.
If you don't have Protect on the Ape, you could just Terra it. I don't think Hydreigon has a great way to hit.
Terra Water on the Annihilate.
But it's also it has 0.3 special defense, so it'll probably just die to a sneeze at this point.
Die to anything, and then we've got
Any neutral
Dark
hit.
type on the Metagross.
Yeah.
That's a Terra type. So let's see what we got here. So yeah, Metagross going to Terra, Annihilate going to Protect.
Yep, good Protect. Love it. So just make it a 2v1. Not a bad idea.
Oh, and Keith not going for Tailwind on that turn.
Hydreigon's probably faster than both of these anyway, though.
Yeah, it was faster, but very likely faster than the Annihilate, particularly with it being bulk up and Drain Punch and stuff like that. But yeah, it looks like the Illumise was going for some attack,
Yeah.
a fourth
Probably
move that
figured
we didn't see.
Yeah, probably figured the Tailwind wasn't worth. So I wonder. I don't know if the Hydreigon can take out both of these.
Both of them seems rough. So we do get the Dragon Pulse kills one, Icy Wind to drop the speed, and then finish it off. Not quite. Dragon Pulse not gonna get it done though.
Should have this.
Close one.
So really well navigated by Steve, playing to their out, right? Recognizing that there's a really good Protect on the Annihilate. I'm sure he's glad that he brought it, but that really bought him the turn he needed to take out the Metagross.
Yeah, Icy Wind there as well, coming in close.
Yeah, massive, just massive.
Yeah, smart brain and well done. Because Pokemon get weird moves, Heaven. Like every Pokemon gets some weird stuff.
So I think in game 2, if I'm Keith, I might want to see the Golden Go.
Yeah.
Appear in the game plan just to have some nice neutral damage. I mean, like I said before, the only resist you have is the Metagross, not barring any Terras. So, getting that might give you a little more juice, take advantage of those Tailwind turns a little more. But if you're Steve, I mean, plan works pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, save the Bulkymon for the end, get a little speed control, sacrifice, 60% of your health, or well, I guess 50% plus another attack earlier, or Life Orb rather.
Yeah, that Terra Dark was also really cool on the Metagross because I don't know if the Illumise targeted it with a Fake Tears, but it would have blocked it anyway.
Yeah, it never did. It was just too into the Annihilate. But yeah, Terror Dark as a way to handle that
Okay,
pressure support is pretty nice.
Let's see how the switch up comes in game 2.
Alrighty. We got Annihilate Raptor, same lead from Steve.
And we do see the Golden Go appear. Yep. Clear Amulet's nice.
Yep, Clear Amulet. And yeah, Golden Go doesn't care. We just get straight into a Terra Water from the Annihilate.
Makes sense. I like the Terra from Steve because, like we said, that's your only way to resist in that situation. We see a...
Moranga Berry from the Annihilate.
It's pretty cool.
Boosting special defense.
That is a beefy ape getting raged fist stacks too. Off that Maker in. Ooh, 2 raged fist stacks. Not good, not good. We got Tailwind on Steve's side too.
If needed, yeah. I mean, we'll see how much longer this Star Raptor's around for.
It's up.
But
I think.
Yeah.
I think.
Oh, it is already up. Yeah. I missed it. Yeah.
Aquajet comes out. It's gonna be hard to take out this ape.
Not quite getting 50% of that. Tauros is a rough one.
Cycling the Raptor, get some Intimidate off. It's gonna make this close combat a lot less powerful if it's coming in.
Huge damage off that Rage Fist now.
Expect we might see the Star switch.
3 hits, I think, from the Rage Fist, right? So it's what, base 200?
Or yeah, I guess it would be. It's either 150 or 200. I don't know if it was 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Still pretty strong.
And,
Thunderbolt could potentially do a lot if this Golden Go has a boosting item, but it's going to be hard to eat through that.
Yeah, particularly with the Moranga Berry boost there.
Not to mention that if it's just healing, right? Every time it hits something with Drain Punch.
It's
pretty brutal.
Knock off the Scarf. Yeah, only doing...
Like, every attack needs to go into this ape slot, and I don't think it's going to be enough.
What do we got in the back? We've got a Smeargle in the back, so, not impossible, but...
This ape wins.
Yeah.
It's just too powerful.
Yeah, with the
genuinely,
the
Moranga Berry was actually crazy. that was really, really good in that match. So shout out to Steve.
Yeah.
We saw some heat. The Moranga Berry. I didn't know that item by name until it just appeared. So there you go.
Yeah, it's one I've definitely seen but never cared about, right? It's one of those ones that when you're scrolling through, you're like, what? Which one is this?
You use it if you have stuffed cheeks or if you're flinging it onto something sometime. Like, even then, usually there's better options. So yeah, Steve said that Smeargle had Water Shuriken, so
gotcha.
Would have had it locked either way. Very, 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 very strong showing. Ape pretty good. Pretty good.
A look here at the pastes.
Normal Gem Explosion, there it is.
Excellent. Love that. Terra normal Gem Explosion. Awesome. Decorate on there for the Smeargle as well. Azumarill never came, but a relatively standard set. Play rough, Aquajet, and Liquidation. Assault Vest, a non-obvious but excellent call in terms of just making the Metagross extra beefy. Definitely nice in that first game, right? To take hits from that Hydreigon and be able to debuff with the Icy Wind and then get 2 attacks off. Pretty nice. And we saw the
came in huge.
I don't know if we ever actually saw the Covert Cloak be relevant.
No, I don't think so. I don't think I don't know if they click fake on it. They probably had it on Berserker, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, we did see fake out. The Metagross got faked out at least once in game 2, but
so we just didn't see it on the Raptor.
Yep.
All right. Well, shout out to Keith on a good season, and congrats to Steve for moving on.
Yeah, it's tough to even make playoffs in this league.
Yeah.
All right, what do we got here? So Bug Buzz being the 4th move there on the Illumais. Where did Weasley see a whirlwind that we missed. Oh, on the Staraptor.
On the rabbit.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
yeah,
might be.
yeah.
It might have been like anti-trick room tech, right? If he happened
Yeah.
to bring a setter to lead.
Yeah, and Steve in here popping in saying, "Yep, worried about Trick Room."
Yeah,
Makes sense.
makes sense.
Definitely not bringing Trick Room with this 6 though.
No.
Scarf Goldango, Lycanroc Dusk, Tauros, and Hydreigon all super fast, but
all right, good stuff.
Yeah.
What do we got next?
Awesome. Yeah, keeping us moving. Thank you, because I will just we'll just stare at one team for a long time here. All right, next up we got a little preview here. We've got, there we go. Weasley versus Camo. Love Yourself versus the Pittsburgh Piplups.
Nice. Yeah. So, really, really love Weasley's team. I rated it very highly, and it showed out.
As well.
You know, first season in the VBL to make playoffs, pretty impressive. So the team is just so versatile, right? It has so many different ways it could go, so many options, so many modes, so many synergies, so many coverages on the typings, so many good speed tiers. It's just kind of like your good stuff's team, right? And then Camo, on the other hand, has like an interesting team, right? I think any team that has a Weezing on it is always interesting to me because I don't understand how to use that Pokemon. But one thing that's apparent when you do see the Weezing is that the Toedscruel gets a massive buff, being able to just get out
Definitely.
100 speed spores and not care about it at all. You know, I think Camo's team might lack the firepower when you look at it in the team preview, but there's some sleeper mons here that do a lot more damage than you think. The Capparaja, the Sneasler is not just a supportive piece. It has really good offensive stats as well. You get Crocodile going with a boost. You get a Shell Smash onto the Blastoise. So the damage here isn't as immediate, but I think, you know, in the right game plan, that Camo can definitely get it done.
Yeah, even something like a well planned download boost on the Porygon 2 turns that into something scary as well. And then just all this raw speed, right? 4 mons at 100 or higher, and all mons that are definitely capable of doing immediately scary things, right?
Yep.
Fast Tailwind, fast physical offense, either reasonably fast offensive moves or fastest spores with next to a Galarian Weezing. I really like both these teams. Two of my favorites over the course of the draft. Both just full of bangers. There's one or two on both teams that are fine, right? Like a Rotom Frost is whatever. Base Taurus is kind of whatever. The Crocodile I could take or leave. Same with Ampharos. But for the most part, two teams with
so we got a Clash of the Titans in round 1. Let's see the leads here. What we got actually brought to the match.
And yes, Weasley, DM me the paste. We'll look at it. We'll check it out after.
So we see the Rhyperior come alongside the Slowbro, the Scrafty. Definitely a nice Trick Room mode there. You got potential for a Disquake option with the Kilowattrel and the Rhyperior. On Camo's side, we do see the Weezing come along with the Toedscruel, the Noivern, and the Sneasler. So could see some neutralizing gas shenanigans for sure. It'll be interesting. I wonder how these teams will operate around the Trick Room threats here. We've got Porygon being a pretty good, answer to Trick Room, a good setter in a lot of ways, can stall out a lot of end games. But, Weasley might just have enough power to get through the wall.
Yeah, given the 6 Weasleys got here, I think it's probably pretty unlikely that Ceruledge actually shows up, right? I mean, you've got the the Dragapult maybe is something that you want to be attacking with ghost type moves, but like Dragapult is just faster, it's going to kill it.
Yeah.
I mean, Slowbro maybe, right? Same with ghost type moves, but it's gonna do 65% with a Scald, and you're gonna do 40% with your Shadow Claw or whatever, you know, like.
Yeah, I suspect the game plan will be more centered around the Wheezing and the Sneasler and the Porygon.
Yeah,
But let's
plus
see.
either
See what we got.
Toedscruel or the Noivern as a fourth probably.
Yeah. Let's see.
We do see the Ceruledge immediately proving why I do this now instead of playing Pokemon. Although maybe it will be terrible and I'll be proven right.
And maybe. We got a double protect turn 1, dodge the fake out, probably a rock slide coming out, ice punch 2.
Ice punch.
Nice for the Oko.
Good information to have as well. For camo. Have to
double protect turn 1, always a risky play because you threaten just allowing them to click a setup move for free. But in the case where they double attack, you get a lot of info for sure.
Yep, and we've got the blunder policy here on Rhyperior. So hope not. I mean, you're never hoping for a rock slide miss when you're the one clicking rock slide, but hedging against a rock slide miss for sure.
It's interesting for sure. Although Rhyperior is so slow, it might not even. It probably wouldn't even give him the nod versus Noivern at 2x speed. So we see Terragrass come out. I like it. We got a Sun mode. Solar
love
Blade.
This.
Beautiful protect by Weasley to eat that out. But now we have all of a sudden the Ceruledge is not looking too bad. These fire moves getting a boost. We got the Solar Blade versus
fire and grass versus
2 Mons on the team that are weak versus grass. Pretty cool.
Well, we do have the switch here coming on the next turn, right? So we've got the resist there against the
I imagine this Dragapult's not going to like eating whatever's in that slot, even resisted.
Yeah, probably not. We got
do a lot of damage.
Super Fang on the switch, and then Solar Blade there doing 30%.
That's a pretty good amount, honestly.
Noivern getting hit with the slow Encore, presumably predicting maybe a tailwind or something in that slot on a turn 2 support as well, or turn 3 rather. Yeah. But
you could just click it onto the Scrafty here, or you can switch it out
with the Scrafty, or you switch it out. Yeah, it's you're kind of fine with either as camo, either a switch or just.
Yeah, I imagine you probably want to switch because Noivern's very threatened by like a Draco or a Dragon Darts.
Yeah. But
Shadow Sneak comes out. -1 attack, pretty rough.
Yeah.
To intimidate.
It would have been doing an extra.
And the U-turn just eats it.
60%, still probably not getting the KO there, but yeah, the U-turn doing 60, super effective into the grass type Terra, and Noivern is going to stay in here. We're going to get a Super Fang, just into the Scrafty slot.
A lot of biting each other here. Super Fang right back.
Yeah.
We see no neutralizing gas. We see Misty Surge pop out.
Interesting. Dazzling Gleam. We get a Terra Poison.
And the damage situation is looking a little rough.
Big damage there.
On Camo's side. I'm a little concerned about the damage here. We got to have something in the back. I hope it's the Sneasler.
Yeah, so
now
if we got
up, so.
If we've got the Sneasler in the back, that's kind of rough because of the Trick Room.
Trick Room coming up. I mean, now you probably want Porygon just to have a shot. But this is, at the end of the day, a 2v4 with speed control set, and your Noivern is 20%.
Yeah, both of these mods extremely low, but you still have to spend the time to kill them, and then you've still got a full health Rhyperior and a Dragapult.
The other problem is that Noivern is now the slowest mod on the field, so
it's going to die.
It again. You can Encore it again into Super Fang, and it's just a dead slot because it can't kill anything. And you're going to be faster.
Get the attack boost on the download. I hate to see that. Unless you're Weasley.
That Protect is pretty brutal because now it's just going to get Encored into Protect, right?
Or killed. Well, I guess not quite killed, but sure.
Yeah, I guess you could just kill it. You could probably put it on fast. I don't think Camo's got the juice here. This
Tailwind on the last turn.
Might be a stally end game here.
Quite possibly. I mean, it is locked into the Terra Blast, right? So.
Eviolite gone. Yeah, you could probably
keeping this. Yeah, we can bump up the speed here by 1.
I think that's going to be a wraps for game 1.
A little quicker, and just a double in. Yeah, and the Porygon just has to keep.
So I think if you're camo for game 2, I think you either need some more immediate power. I don't think the Stereo Ledge is necessarily the move. It would have been great if it got the Oko on the Rhyperior, right? But that protect and switch was really nice by Weasley. I think you might need to like operate under Trick Room against this team or prevent it.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be really critical. I mean, I'm not sure what the Toad Scroll set is, given that we see that the Wheezing is Misty Terrain instead of neutralizing gas. But maybe you have something with Rage Powder and Spore anyway, and it's fine, even with Mycelium.
I mean, teams, teams have Toad Scrolls on them with Mycelium Might and no neutralizing gas all the time. So like, it's still a good Pokemon for sure. Respectably offensive, like can hold its own, but definitely something that needs at least respected on Weasley's side. So let's see how this game 2 goes.
Yeah, and we do see a lead adjustment. This is probably Misty Seed on the Sneasler, get an Unburden boost to do some really fast offense stuff.
Just be crazy fast. Yep. And the
fake out's probably
yeah.
Okay, so that's good. Negate their fake out. You do give up the Tailwind though when you do that, and then just hit a D-Gleam. It does force the Terra onto the Scrafty, which is pretty early.
Surprising. Well, I guess not that surprising, but indicative that this Kilowattrel is max speed, right? If it's going faster than the under.
Well, it is
here.
Under
but
Tailwind doubling.
The Sneasler specifically, yeah. So,
I mean, it makes sense to do that when you have Sneasler as a threat. Acrobatics not doing much.
But,
it's not stab, and you're -1 from the Intimidate. The Intimidate's turned out to be really brutal for Camo in this match.
Yeah, just not maybe
like
not
with
enough
both of your
offense, right?
Both of your biggest offensive threats are physical, right? You have the Sneasler and the Stereo Ledge, and neither had a clear amulet, so.
Yeah, living that acrobatics is very rough for Camo here.
Yeah, I think you needed the Terra Flying the first time to get the damage boost if you wanted to get that kill in 2 turns. It's not quite enough there. Nice Protect is going to stall out this last turn of Tailwind, so Sneasler will be the fastest thing this turn, which is very good. You should be able to get a kill on the Volcarona with an Acrobatics.
Shadow Sneak, and then the Terra Flying Acrobatics.
All of a sudden,
kill there. Yeah,
Sneasler
we're in a 3v1. Dang. Very well played by Camo.
Going to take 2 turns, but should be fine. Yep, GG.
Super
we're going to a game 3.
We're going to a game 3.
Our first game 3 of the entire playoffs, as a matter of fact.
Really well played around the attack boost and the couple of rough damage rolls there that Camo got to still fight through this one, right? Some good switches.
Yep, stalling out the Tailwind was critical. Really worked out well. Just having priority moves, and the Sneasler ended up being a major player. So I think if you're Weasley, you might want to try going back to that Brick Room mode earlier instead of trying to match the speed with Tailwind to try to, get some more juice against the Sneasler.
Yeah, and we did have the Trick Room come in late, but, it was not super impactful, right?
Yeah, it wasn't. It was too late, right? Too little, too late.
Yeah, it was a 3v1 situation at that point anyway. So.
Yeah, I'm excited to see game 3. The pressure's on.
For both coaches, it's win or go home. Yeah. But all right, what do we got? We got Wheezing Sneasler.
I like
again.
it.
Sure.
Yeah.
And we got Kilowattrel, Rhyperior.
What's the Terra on the Rhyperior? Grass?
Grass on Rhyperior, yep.
Because you're definitely fearing like a close combat, right? You don't have an Intimidate onto the Sneasler. Although Rhyperior probably lives it.
Well, but you have also seen acrobatics from the Terra Flying Acrobatics from the Sneasler, so a Terra Grass is not exactly the safe harbor you might otherwise want it to be.
It would be risky to click Acrobatics here and Terra, I just think, just because you're against a rock type, and also if he doesn't Terra, then you're not doing a lot of damage, right? So
I'm thinking more like in a turn 2 scenario,
right? Yeah, for sure.
Where the Sneasler is maybe gonna fake out this Kilowattrel, which we may have learned is Covert Cloak in a previous.
I don't think we had any info on that.
We have not. We don't know what.
So it's honestly safer to just fake out
right?
It's in this situation in game 3. It's safer to fake out the Rhyperior and assume that the Kilowattrel is cloak, because you don't want to burn a turn.
Makes sense as well. Let's see what happens here. There we go. So it's a ghost type Terra instead, which is
same effect.
Yeah, same basic
but
idea.
Notably does burn a Terra type, so now you're not going to have it for the rest of the match.
Yeah, and close combat that we think is very likely is looking good as well. Ooh, that is a rough. That's rough for camo. Very nice for Weasley. Close combat, not even doing 50% because of that intimidate. Dang.
Wow.
Deleted. Wow.
Yeah, that's really bad.
Big
You're gonna want to
switch
set
on
up
turn
the stun
2
here, I think, if you're Noivern.
Yeah, I mean you got it right.
Just to give the Soil Edge any chance.
Yeah, you need all the offensive help. Yeah, and into the protect is just rough, right? Now Noivern's gonna get encored. We're in a 4v1 here essentially for the next couple turns.
Yeah, locked into Sunny Days, not good, not good.
So Shadow Sneak gets to kills the Kilowattrel.
Yeah, but you're locked into Sunny Days, so it just dies. That's gonna be it.
Yep. And now it's a 3v1 versus Noivern that can't really do anything.
All right, well played to Weasley. Congratulations on making round 2. Really cool stuff from Camo, though. I like this team a lot. Showed the potential of some of these Weezing teams. You don't have to just be neutralizing gas. But unfortunately, it wasn't enough to break through the super team here that Weasley's got going on.
Yeah, well done to Weasley as well. All right, so I did get a ping from Weasley here.
Do we have a camo paste?
I've got Sly's paste as well, so we'll be able to pull that. I don't have camo's paste, no.
Okay.
But we can pop it back here. And get it right in here. We'll get the paste up. Alrighty, so what do we got from Weasley? So the Dragapult was banded, which makes sense with the U-turn. I certainly didn't catch it, but cloak on the Volcarona as well. So we did have Sash of the Kilowattrel plus the Terra Ghost there. Other than that, what do we have that's interesting that maybe we didn't see? So we had Horn Drill to go with that Blunder Policy, rather than a Rock Slide.
Very interesting. I mean, it certainly gives you a win condition, right? If all else fails, you just click the funny button, and 30% of the time you win.
Oh no, Steve's saying it doesn't even trigger on Horn Drill, so...
Oh, it doesn't?
Just a wasted item if that's the case. Well, I guess Stomping is 95, right?
Well, I think that would probably make sense, because I don't think those moves are affected by accuracy modifiers either, right?
True, so. They are not. I don't know.
Well, it never mattered anyway.
Yeah, it never came up. We assumed it was Rock Slide. So
we do have goggles on the Scrafty, which was covering for the Toad Scrolls shenanigans, which is nice.
Yep, and being on a Pokemon that could just kind of not care about it otherwise, right? Like it didn't care about energy balls or Earth powers or anything like that. So
all right. Well, congratulations, Weasley, and congrats on Keith on a good season. Or no, Camo Dude.
What's going on here? Oh wait, this is a very fast Rhyperior too. 244 speed.
Might be calc to like outspeed something after the Blunder Policy. Right?
After the Blunder Policy.
Or under Tailwinds, or maybe both.
Well, same thing. But
yeah. All right, let's keep the ball rolling here. We got 2 more matchups to look at.
2 more matches to watch. We got. Jordan versus Heaven, the Primarina Marine Conservatory versus the Old Town Orangaroos.
All right. Now, Jordan's team is very spooky. We got the bridge guy, the funny bridge guy. We got premium support / attacking threat in Grimmsnarl.
/ named after you.
Yeah. Basculegion, an absolute animal in a way.
Yeah, has really been like a super crucial part of Jordan's team, right? With the
And showing that,
setting up rain and then coming in late a lot to clean it up. Yeah.
Yeah. Also showing that you don't need rain to operate these Pokemon, right? This is like a team that can do rain. It has a rain mode, obviously, but it doesn't have to. You got the other threats. You got the Cinderace. I don't know if that's actually how you pronounce it. I think I just say Cinderace usually. I try to be funny.
That's generally what I go with as well.
Volt put in some work in the slow mode with the Slow King Galar. You got a Beartic here, which, hey, it's kind of funny.
If Beartic shows up, I think that'll be the first time I've watched a Beartic game in 2 or 3 seasons.
Heaven's got a Primarina team. Primarina is just so good. It's like such a consistent, like, good Pokemon. Does a lot of damage. It has great typing. It's hard to kill. Got spread damage options. Really, really cool stuff. So I think the name of this game may be the speed, right? So like you got the Weavile here as the fastest thing. You've got this Electrode Hisui. But aside from that, Heaven's team definitely wins in the speed department. So I think if you're Jordan, you have 2 pathways, right? You can either try to figure out how to get the speed in your favor, whether that's with Swift Swim stuff with Beartic and Basculegion, whether it's with Prankster Thunder Wave, whether it's Electro Hisui, Electro Web, like you have a lot of options there. Alternatively, you could say, you know what, I don't really care about you going first. I'm going to bulk up with the bridge. I've got screens. Maybe I bring my Trick Room mode. So there's a lot of different ways Jordan can navigate it, and I think that might make it a little tricky for Heaven to sniff out a game plan.
Yeah, and then on Heaven's side, obviously, I mean, the bulky, reliable Pokemon we've talked about in the Primarina, the Magmortar as well, Rhydon with an Eviolite, excellent. The Hisuian Zoroark, always kind of a pain. How often do you want to care about it versus not? It's certainly much better typing than the other Zoroark, but also it's still just kind of doing mediocre.
Would be really good in this match because Archaludon loves to click body press a lot of the time. So
true.
Having the immunity to fighting is always nice when you can disguise as something.
And to what's it called? The last resort, or not last resort, last respects.
Does it get that move?
The
from the Basculegion, right?
Yeah, from the Basculegion.
I thought you were, yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, all right, let's pull it up.
Jump into these replays, see what we got. Sceptile sighting, love it.
Beartic as well. Uh-oh. Is it about to be a Beartic playoffs?
All right, hear me out. Hidden snow mode, chilly reception. Love it.
I mean, or not so hidden rain mode with Swift Swim.
and Archaludon, yeah. Bridge. It's probably more likely, but
probably more likely.
It's my sleeper. It's my sleeper option. Snow, the snow and the rain together. Call that sleet mode. There you go.
Mode, yeah. Oh man,
so,
if only you could stack weathers instead of.
It's always interesting to see a Zoroark, especially this new variant. It's like, do you lead it and try to get a setup, or like lead it with a scarf and try to get a quick kill on something, like, or do you save it to bring it? I mean, I feel like usually if you bring it to the match, you lead it, right? Because you're only at 2 months behind.
Yeah, typically, right, and then you're gonna see like, the Sceptile use Hyper Voice or something like that. And you're like,
and I think part of what makes this Zoroark so good is the fact that it has fake out immunity as well. So it's like if you lead it, it could make the fake out mind games even worse on turn 1 than they already are. So if this Grimmsnarl does have fake out, we may see some indecisiveness on that, or even opting to skip it altogether. Let's see it.
Maybe Steve saying Heaven confirmed not a Rhydon believer. I don't know if this is a great team to bring Rhydon into with all the water type attacks that are likely to be.
Yeah, but you just Terra it, right?
Sure, right, but you only get the one Terra. I don't know. Yeah, I think there's some room for Heaven to be a Rhydon believer and also not bring it to this match. Is more what I'm saying. But
all right, well, let's see if the Rhydon-less squad can get it done. We got the Grimmsnarl come out with the Slow King. Could be a nice Trick Room setup here.
Could be a chilly reception setup.
Could be. Oh, right? Are we seeing it?
Quite possibly. It's doing something slow. It's doing something last. So, I mean, probably setting Trick Room, right?
Interesting decision to click follow me there. I feel like a double up might have taken out the Slow King.
Yeah, so we trade support mons here. We get the Bear Tick coming in.
Primarina doesn't hate Trick Room being up.
Yeah, Primarina doesn't hate it. Bear Tick, I mean, if Jordan's opting to bring it in here after setting Trick Room, very likely wants it to be Trick Room, and so
also might have some trouble hitting the Primarina, but this Salamence is very threatened at the moment.
Yeah, so we're gonna double protect, burn a turn to Trick Room here. We get the Spirit Break and nice crash. Just throw some offensive moves out. Not quite dying. Turns out it was Zoroark the whole time.
Interesting.
And now we've got an Intimidate.
Probably sniffed out by the fact that it clicked Shadow Ball, right? I kind of went over my head, but
yeah,
that doesn't make sense.
Salamence has a weird move pool, so it's not out of the question that it,
Yeah.
Yeah, this Vikavolt coming in out of Trick Room here, not ideal. And yeah.
So yeah, it turns out I think what went wrong for Jordan there was just having too much setup and just not enough taking advantage of it, right? It's like you lead the Grimmsnarl and the Slow King, you get your Trick Room set up, and then the Bear Tick comes in and it hits a couple things for not super effective damage, and then before you know it, Trick Room's over. The Vikavolt doesn't have speed advantage anymore, right? So I think maybe a quick adjustment might do the trick, altering the lead maybe, or trying to figure out how to get those abusers of your speed control in earlier. But that's a lot of damage on that Salamence.
So we've got Banded Outrage apparently to one-shot the Vikavolt, Jordan's saying. And then Heaven's saying problem with the Bear Tick is that it's bad. Brutal.
Certainly didn't have a good showing there, but I believe it's because we couldn't set the chilly reception. Just try again. Trust, it'll work this time. You just got to get that snow up, baby.
All right, let's see what we got here for game 2.
I imagine we might see Jordan go a different direction here, but maybe not.
Well,
just really believing in the slow mode. We're going to see another Trick Room here come out, and here come the screens, baby. I love. Oh no!
Crit, who cares?
Oh no!
And a missed Hydro Pump. Oh man!
Oh my god, that makes me.
This could be cringe. This could be a quick one here. That is a rough turn one and wince.
I actually still like Jordan's position a lot here.
Yeah, it's
so
not
like
bad
sometimes
either.
This is what I mean. Like sometimes it's actually better if your support dies when you get your speed control up, right? Because then you can immediately take advantage of it without having this awkward turn. So this could actually be a blessing in disguise if this Vikavolt could put in some work here. You do have to fear this Follow Me coming out, though, which is going to severely limit the Vikavolt's ability to hit the Primarina.
Yeah, and with it being Terra Grass now,
but you could also just Bug Buzz it, right? And it's probably going to, kill it.
Bug Buzz, yeah, going to be going first here, very likely.
Hopefully you have a Bug move.
Just double protect first, so we get
Sludge Bomb pretty good. Yeah.
The speeds there, Slow King being the slowest.
Heaven's in a pretty rough spot here. We're going to see the Magmortar go down. The Primarina has a tall task to try to kill this thing through screens. This is why screens are so good. Simplifies the game. You just live stuff, right? Yeah, and you still got 2 turns of Trick Room, so you can't protect stall this out. So something's dying here. Yeah, opts to just double the Salamence. I like it. Recognizing that, this light screen putting in a lot of work here.
We double protect here on this last turn of Trick Room. Jordan still has something in the back here.
I think you could just set Trick Room again, right?
Very likely, right? Particularly if it's that.
If you want it, if you have, and it's the Arch.
And it's the Archludon. Yeah. 2/3 trigger Citrus Berry, so it's. But I mean, that's still a 2-shot with the Sludge Bomb there.
Just so bulky behind the screens. It's like making Primarina look like a pea shooter here. Really well played by Jordan. Love it. See, that's the difference though. It's like when you get your speed control up, can you take advantage of it? The fact that Grimmsnarl went down there was actually good because it got Vikavolt in and allowed them to just hit the ground running, and Heaven wasn't able to outlast the Trick Room. So
Yeah.
It'd be interesting to see the adjustment for game 3, but I think if you're the Jordan, that's the idea, right? If you once you get that trick room up,
absolutely.
you want to be immediately
you want to just be
pumping out some offense.
just
I think the screens went ham there, so I imagine we'll see that again.
Yeah, screens doing big work from that first turn, and you know through the whole set up until that second trick room was set. Yeah, it was making a huge difference, making the Primarina just look silly.
Yeah. What's the terror type on the Slowbro Fairy?
The Slowbro, yes,
Yeah.
Fairy.
Okay.
Or Slow
I'm
King,
thinking
rather.
maybe if
But
you're
yeah.
Heaven, it's like you got to just kill this thing turn 1, find a way. But with the screen, it's going to be really tough. This might, I think. Okay, so it is actually Salamence. You got the Intimidate. Set up a Reflect. I like it. You got the dual screen mode. Love it. Love it. Yep. Just switch it out right away. Start doing stuff. May as well set up your other screen first.
Set your other screen and then switch.
Could see an Electroshock come out here. Although that's 2 turns if it's not in the rain? Is that right?
Yeah.
Probably not.
So yeah, we're gonna get another 2-hit KO sludge bombs onto this Primarina. Yeah,
Well, it did have a berry.
Well, yes, but so it was doing over 60%.
Oh, was it?
Berry?
Okay.
Yeah, berry taking it back to 63.
I missed the initial number.
Yeah. Draco Meteor. Just not looking
tickling. You got to
great.
get that. Got to get that special attack reset for sure. But this is nice too because you have the Grimstar back in, so you could definitely just set up your.
That's luck that Jordan kind of needed to be in his favor, right? I mean, we do have still the light screen up, so like.
I don't think that actually would have done that much damage. It's a neutral hit behind screens. It would. I don't even think that does 50%. It's not stab. I don't think that's that big a deal.
Yeah.
The switch was good though, right? Because if that focus blade hit the Archaludon, it might have been bad.
It could very well have been Dunzo Bunzo.
Yeah, Trick Room just set it back up again. That's the beauty of having this bulky game plan and bulky mons. Is you could just play the game your way. You want speed control back, you could just set Trick Room twice, and you're still at 80% health.
Yeah, if this Grimsnarl just stays alive here, we're gonna get our screens back up again a second time.
Yeah. Special attack drop gonna be rough too for that. Zoroark behind screens. I don't think it's gonna be able to do enough damage. We do see the screens wearing off though. We got one more turn of light screen, so you're gonna need something big.
Ooh,
reading the Terra, very nice.
But yeah, nice call. Yeah, and the Vikavolt doing over 50%. Double Fire Blast miss is rough. But
I think even if the Outrage hits the Vikavolt there, you're fine because you had one more turn to Reflect. So I think the Jordan was fine here either way, but really well played. Gonna take the win of the series. But shout out to Heaven for an interesting set. That was pretty close in the end.
Yep. And well adjusted by Jordan there.
I'm glad we didn't see the bear tick again.
Being don't bring bear tick.
Let's do the same thing we did the first game, except instead of bear tick, I'm gonna bring one of the best mons in the format. Probably a good idea, right?
I'm gonna upgrade this 4-pointer into a 19-pointer.
Yeah, let's see the pace. I want to see what this bear tick. What was the juice there?
Yeah.
What do we have going on there?
Pow. We got.
Clear Amulet, Swords. Yeah, maybe if we got to see it click a Swords Dance, it would have been pretty good. But
it was Swift Swim there.
Didn't have time to in that match for sure.
Saw the Fire Blast is that fourth move eventually.
Cool. Didn't get to see that in action, but.
Oh yeah, Scarf is.
Other than that, pretty standard stuff. You know, we see the screens, Light Clay Grimmsnarl, Covert Cloak, attacking Slowking Galar, just a pretty offensive Vikavolt, AV Archaludon. So, yeah, good mons with screens, really good. Well played, Jordan. Love it.
Alrighty, excellent. And then we've got Heaven's team as well. The Citrus we saw. I don't think we ever saw the Energy Ball off of Primarina. But yeah, just bulky special attacker.
Yeah, Scarf on the Weavile is interesting.
Utility Umbrella on the Meg Mortar.
Yeah,
Not
probably to
not
live
interested
off
in
water
any
boost attack.
rain boosted water type attacks.
I mean, is that even living like a Basket Legion Wave Crash though? Probably not.
Yeah, I don't know
I
actually.
don't know
Yeah,
about that. I don't even
yeah,
think it needs the
Scarf
boost.
Weavile. So
Yeah, we
Heaven's
did see some
saying,
swamp stuff. We saw the water pledge. We did see the water pledge, but we didn't get to see the grass pledge in combination with it.
yeah, looks like Scarf Weavile outspeeds Swift Swim
Yeah,
Basket Legion.
and probably
So
bonks it with a
makes sense.
knockoff, so that's cool.
Yeah,
If it doesn't Terra. Yeah, cool stuff.
excellent,
Well played, Heaven,
awesome.
and congrats on making the playoffs.
Well done, well done. Alrighty, last
All
one
right.
here.
Yep, we've
Slushy and
got
Slide played.
Palafin, the Palafin redemption arc. People were hating. People
No
were
kidding.
balding in the Discord. I woke up to like 12 messages in the polling channel about why Palafin sucks and it's terrible. Right? And then Slushy just drops like 40 kills with it or whatever.
Like, oh, I'll take it.
She's like, yeah,
yeah,
you know
no
what?
problem.
Turns out this mod's pretty good. So yeah, I mean, this team is just pretty scary, I think, right? Like you have the Palafin to worry about, but you also have a lot of other threats here. You've got the Dragonite, which is just an absolute monster of a Pokemon. We saw it in the other match last night, you know, like even gets its choice band knocked off and it's still just OHKOing things with like Outrage and E-Speed. It's just so strong, so powerful. You've got Arcanine there for some support, Will-O-Wisp, Intimidate, Gothitelle, Trap You In, set a Trick Room, Typhlosion Hisui, if you can get it going first, is going to be doing a lot of damage. But if you're Sly, I think, you know, obviously the big thing to note here is the Tatsugiri and the Dondozo, the sushi combo. So does a Dolphin have a way to get through the sushi combo? Because it seems pretty good against Palafin.
I mean, the Dolphin maybe doesn't, but like, we've got, you know, I mean, it probably gets Haze. Every water type gets Haze. But like, there are, you know,
I think Dragonite also gets Haze.
Other things going on, right?
I think there's a lot of Haze available for Slushy, actually.
What is it? Is it is role play the one that copies all the stat boosts? Is that that move that does that?
Maybe, I don't know.
Something like that is one of the, you know, maybe we have an offensive.
You could also, I mean, if you're Slushy, I think you have a lot of tools, right? You've got the Haze in all seriousness. You've got skill swap on the Gothitelle to take the unaware. You could do a mirror herb skill swap, you know, and just I'm the Dondozo now, you know, like there's a lot of ways around it. But if you're Sly, maybe your game plan is to have an alternative
Psych up,
mode.
not roleplay. Thank you, Steve, and also thank you, Heaven.
Yeah. So, you know, if you're Sly, you don't have to run the sushi combo, right? You have other things here. You've got the Volbeat, you've got the Arcanine Hisui, which is just so powerful, so strong. You know, that thing can just bonk half of this team with a rock head, right? With a rock head smash.
Yeah, super effective. Like
it's pretty good.
Yeah,
pretty good. You just Terra Grass it
rocket
and, like,
head smash is a pretty scary thing for Slushy to have to deal with here as well, for sure.
So I'll be interested to see if the sushi combo can make another playoff run. It's been a while. Let's see it.
Alrighty, we've got...
And we don't see the sushi.
And no sushi.
Just on the bench. Love it. I think that's
fine.
Probably a smart decision. I think this Arcanine Hisui is going to be the big player here. Notably, you do have priority Tailwind on Sly's side, and it's lacking on Slushy's side. Not even a Tailwind setter. So, you know, you do have the Brionne, so we see Perish Trap come in on Slushy's side.
Yeah, quite possibly.
Pretty cool. I mean, Trick Room, Perish Trap honestly looks pretty good here if you can get it off.
Missing no Typhlosion out of Slushy either. So in terms of you know, high point value mons that
I'm gonna say it. I want to see the Perish Trap with the Brionne. Come on now, let's do it. Let's see it. I want to see it.
All right, let's see what we got here.
Yep, here it comes. Yep.
Uh-oh.
Let's go.
Fake out.
Overdrive really strong though.
50%. Parasong. Womp womp. Nobody's switching out either. We got Shadow Tag on both sides.
I mean, this Brionne's just dead, but I think it's fine.
But that's fine.
It did its job, Sacrificial Lamb, right? Um, the key here is when you do a Perish Trap, it's all about keeping the Goth alive. It's not really about the setter.
Yeah.
Because you don't want them to be able to shadow tag, to avoid the shadow tag by killing it. Scorching Sands just kills it anyway before the trap even needs to be set. It's fine too. So if you're Sly, I think you're hoping that you've got good stuff in the back, and it's going to be the Arcanine Isui.
Oh, both Goths could switch, actually. Because they can...
Very nice. Akaberry,
Shadow
pretty
tag
huge.
makes you immune to Shadow Tag, apparently. So nobody dies to the Perish song.
I did not know that interaction existed.
I didn't know that's how that worked either.
Scale Shot. Might be loaded dice. Get 5 hits there, but it's not enough to kill. You're still faster. Could see an E-Speed come out here, though, from either of those two Pokemon. We've got a lot of priority.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So that's going to be rough. I don't think you're able to take out this Dragonite without the Arcanine Isui, but you're never going to be able to attack with E-Speed here. So I think that's going to be GG.
Yeah, very likely. Just not enough offense left on Sly's side here.
Yeah, I mean, there's enough offense, but you can't live past the E-Speed. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like you just can't. You can't win the game. So game 1's gonna go to Slushy, surely.
Yeah, for sure. Close with those 2 defense boosts or 2 defense drops.
All right. Well played.
Crit there wins it for Sly, actually.
Yeah, I wonder if we even see Slushy bring the Brionne again for the Perish Trap. I mean, like, I don't think it was like necessary for the game plan, right? Like, the Brionne kind of just died, and like the Perish Trap didn't even do anything. You just killed the Toxtricity anyway.
Yeah, maybe as a
Palafin left on the bench as well. I wonder if we see a switch up game 2 where we see the Palafin come out. I think if you're Sly, I want to see a little bit faster up front. I want to see maybe the Volbeat come out with the Arcanine, just get some heavy damage off, because I think you just need some more power up front before you let them set up.
Yeah. I totally agree. I don't think the Brionne is particularly likely to come. Very likely to get replaced with either the Palafin or the Jolteon. More likely to be the Palafin. Adjustments on Sly's side. Maybe the Superior over the Goth. What's the Terra type on the Superior? Terra Rock.
I think the roughest thing here is that like nothing really resists this Dragonite super well. Like you have no normal resists, no dragon resists for the Scale Shot, so it kind of can just click buttons. You got to find a way to kill it really quick, and it does have Terra Fighting as well, so you can't just hit it with a head smash unless they've already committed Terra.
No Terra Steel.
So we see a Terra Dragon Crab. Gonna eat that flamethrower really nice. I like it.
Huge damage with the knockoff there. Yep. Tailwind, gonna get to do something else. Dang.
Wow. Such big damage. That's a fast crab. Damn, that thing's going first. I know Tailwind's up, but it's a pretty slow mon.
Even so, yeah.
Very speed invested, obviously.
We're just gonna stall a little bit of Tailwind here.
Yep. But speed advantage still going Sly's way here. Pretty good. Terra Blast's huge. The Jolteon does outspeed even through the Tailwind, which was pretty big there. Notably, the Dragonite no longer has the Terra Fighting available, so if you do have rock moves on this Arcanine, it's going to hit really hard.
Yeah, which, I mean, we just
break
saw
that multi-scale.
I
like it. I like the Sludge Bomb there. Oh, no. Oh, it's just going to get doubled anyway. I wonder if it was... Could it have been faster? I wonder if the para mattered there.
Yeah, very possibly.
I'm not sure. How do the speed tiers stack up? Arcanine's probably faster, right?
Yeah, Arcanine's faster. So we
assuming
could have
that
had
speed invested.
The first Scale Shot boosts the speed, but
Yeah, but it wouldn't have got a chance to attack if the Rock Slide would have went off. It might have got a flinch. Could have been a different game.
Yeah, it looks like it was a. Yeah, I don't know. And Sly kind of identifying that there's just not enough left here to handle this Dragonite and just
Yeah, that's tough. I mean, that's pretty brutal just because, like, the game you might lose anyway, right? But to have that para pop out and not even get a chance for your rock slide, because rock slide surely probably would have killed the Jolteon, could have had a flinch on the Dragonite, or been able to do something. But
when there's a rock slide, there's a way. I largely agree with Sly. It's very unlikely, but it's it's not impossible.
Yeah.
So.
I'm surprised we see a forfeit because it was a 2v2. Maybe a little tilted from the RNG, but I mean, probably losing the end game anyway.
So we've got, relatively obvious when you see a scale shot that there's going to be loaded dice, but do indeed have loaded dice, as well as a haze there from Dragonite.
Dozo tech for sure.
Expert belt on the Arcanine and just some special attacking plus timid.
Yeah, Sly saying that they calced a double KO without the para. It must have been banded or something on that Arcanine.
Oh.
So that's pretty rough.
We got Mystic Water. Palafin never even shows up. Who cares? Palafin who? Floatzel's cousin. It's all about Jolteon Arcanine apparently. Gen 1 Mons. Dragonite, Arcanine, Jolteon. And some weirdos. But I believe I have Sly's paste as well, but I gotta grab it real quick. Yes.
We'll just see Brion pop off in a playoff game. I mean, it didn't do anything, but it showed up and it clicked a funny button. And in the playoffs.
So, true. Playoff appearance from Brion. Still counts, right?
Counts. Absolutely.
All right, we saw a very fast kilometer, right?
So the Arcanine was Shed Shell.
Oh, to switch out in Shadow Tag. So yeah,
right.
Parasol was just never gonna matter.
That crab was smacking things. That was so strong.
Toxicity.
I like the Terra Dragon too.
And then we got the Aka Berry on Volbeat. Covert Cloak on the Superior never came, but
was there a sun mode here? We see Synthesis.
I mean, it's still heals 30% regular, right?
Does it?
Not as good as Recover. Yeah, it's weather based. Its default is 1/3.
Interesting.
But yeah,
I feel like Superior is like always pretty high on the draft board. Like it's like for what on paper it looks worse than it is. I've never actually like seen it in action. I feel like people like draft it and then they don't really like bring it a lot. I don't really know.
Somebody Stella Terra blasted once or twice this season. It might have been Sly.
It might have been. I haven't really been watching that many matches this season, so I might have missed it.
Yeah, for the trap mode there. All right, we will. That does it for the night. We got the low effort frame there. Got it thrown together. Managed to get you in here.
Yeah, we made it happen. We watched all the playoff matches. Pretty good stuff. Saw some really tense sets tonight relative to last night. But I'm excited to see how these teams proceed forward into round 2. I'm going to keep an eye out for the matchups as they are selected later on. And then next week we could look at the rest of the matches.
Excellent. All right. We'll have the playoff matchups here for you shortly. We can get our week 2 matches played, and we'll have somebody doing some week 2 matches. Might be me, might be Jordan, might be some other person. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe Daddy wants to do a stream.
Papa stream.
He did manage to.
That's all
come
I want
out of
for
retirement
Christmas
after only 6 weeks of a season.
Yeah, is one of those retirements.
Yeah, exactly.
Where they're back working a month later.
Any
Final thoughts for the fans?
Happy holidays. Love this time of year.
Hate it. I'm a Grinch. Total Scrooge.
Wow, yeah, you say that you have a massive Christmas tree in the background. Come on now.
Well, I didn't put it up.
You're a
It
liar.
is nice. Like, I don't mind a Christmas tree, but all of the everything else is a
I love the holiday
nightmare.
ambience. It's my favorite part about it. The season is just such good vibes. So have a good week, everybody.
Yeah,
Love y'all.
absolutely. See you next week. Peace.
See you.